My name is Aliner, and at 63, I thought I'd seen the worst life could throw at me. 43 years of pouring my soul into a desk job at Harrington and Partners, typing up the secrets of the powerful, organizing chaos into neat files, and smiling through the long hours, all to build a life for my boy. But last night, as the shards of that shattered bowl dug into my palms on the cold kitchen linoleum, I realized the real fractures weren't in the porcelain. They were in me, splintering deeper with every heartbeat. The blood from my split lip tasted like copper and regret, warm and metallic on my tongue as I dabbed at it with a frayed dish towel, the one with the faded daisies from a yard sale 20 years ago. Benjamin, my own flesh and blood, had swung that fist like it was nothing, like I was nothing, a worthless shadow haunting his perfect world. And then, as if the rage had burned itself out like a spent match, he just walked away. Up the stairs, door clicking shut, and silence. The kind of silence that screams louder than any shout. I sat there on the floor until my knees ached, the chill seeping through my nightgown, staring at the smeared red streaks on the tile. Each one was a testament to the love I'd wasted, the dreams I'd buried for him. Tears came then, hot and furious, not just for the sting on my face or the throb in my ribs where his knuckles had landed, but for the girl I used to be, the one who laughed easily, who danced in the kitchen to old radio tunes while baking his favorite apple pie. Where had she gone? Swallowed whole by this monster I'd raised, the humiliation burned worse than the bruises. It was a slow poison twisting in my gut, whispering that this was my fault. I'd spoiled him rotten after his father skipped out when he was 9, left us with nothing but a stack of unpaid bills and a hole in our hearts. Double shifts at the firm, skipping meals so he could have new sneakers, piano lessons he quit after 3 months. "You're my everything, Benny," I'd whisper as I tucked him in, kissing his forehead. And he'd smile, those dimples melting me every time. God, how I missed that boy, but the man he'd become, he saw me as a fixture, a doormat to wipe his frustrations on. Over a bowl of unsalted soup of all things, the irony choked me, a lifetime of seasoning life just right for him, and one forgotten pinch of salt undid it all. Dawn crept in like a thief, gray light filtering through the lace curtains I'd sewn myself back when stitches were my therapy. My body screamed as I pushed myself up, every muscle a protest, a roadmap of purple blooms already flowering under my skin. The mirror in the hall was merciless, swollen lip a gash crusted over, eyes puffy like overripe peaches. I splashed water on my face, the cold shock pulling a gasp from my throat, and for a fleeting second I imagined running. Just grabbing my coat and vanishing into the morning mist. But where? This house, our house, the one I'd bought with sweat and savings 32 years ago, was all I had, and Benjamin, he was still my son. That tether, frayed as it was, held me fast. By 5:15, the coffee was brewing, its bitter aroma a ritual anchor in the storm. I moved like a ghost, cracking eggs with trembling hands, shredding cheese, 3 heaping spoonfuls, just how he demanded, because deviation meant disaster. The toaster popped, golden slices emerging like reluctant soldiers, and I arranged them on the plate with the precision of a surgeon. Black coffee, no sugar, steaming in his favorite mug, the one with the chipped rim from his college days. As I set it down, the front door sighed open, and there she was, Isabella, gliding in like a queen in her emerald sheath dress, heels clicking a staccato rhythm on the hardwood. 28, all porcelain skin and ambition, the kind that sharpens like a blade. She air-kissed Benjamin's cheek, her perfume, something floral and expensive, bought with my pension, wafting over the table like an accusation. "Good morning, Mrs. Hargrove," she cooed, that honeyed tone reserved for when he was watching. Her eyes flicked to me, appraising, always appraising, as if I were a piece of furniture past its prime. "You look rested, sleep well." The lie slipped out smooth as silk, honed by years of practice. "Oh yes, dear, just fine." My voice cracked on the edges, but I forced a smile, the kind that pulled at my split lip like thorns. Inside, a wave of nausea rose. "Tell her," a voice screamed in my head. "Tell her how her Prince Charming painted my back with fists last night, how he called me a leech sucking the life from his glory." But Benjamin's gaze pinned me from across the table, steel blue and warning, his fork pausing midair. One word and the floodgates would burst again. So I pivoted, grasping for normalcy like a lifeline. Coffee, something light. She waved it off with a manicured hand. Just a latte if you have it, skim milk. As if I ran a cafe, not a prison. Benjamin cleared his throat, that low rumble like distant thunder. Look what I picked up for you, Mom. New foundation, high-end stuff, covers everything. He slid the compact across the table, gold embossed, the price tag a gut punch at $70. My money, siphoned from the account he managed for my own good. At my age, he said, I couldn't be trusted with pennies, let alone thousands. For those little tumbles you take, clumsy as ever. Little tumbles, the euphemism landed like a slap, fresh and stinging. I gripped the compact, nails digging into my palm, the plastic cool against fevered skin. Isabella's eyes sparkled with feigned adoration. You're such a gem, Ben, always thinking of her. If only she knew, the boardroom titan unraveling at home, channeling multi-million-dollar stress into my fragile frame. Her admiration twisted the knife. She was complicit in her blindness, or worse, her choice. He leaned in as she powdered her nose, breath hot against my ear. Remember last night, one slip, Mom, and it's the streets for you. Crazy old bat, that's all they'd see. Chills raced down my spine, a shiver I couldn't suppress. They left entwined, her laughter tinkling like glass, his hand possessive on her waist. From the window, I watched the sleek black SUV, 400 grand, my nest egg on wheels, pull away, tail lights fatting into the fog. The house exhaled, empty and echoing, and I crumpled into the chair, sobs racking my frame. Not soft whimpers, but guttural heaves, rage and despair colliding in my chest like thunderheads. How had I become this? A servant in my sanctuary, dignity stripped thread by thread. Hours blurred, sunlight inching across the floor like a hesitant lover, mocking the sanctuary this place once was. I'd picked these tiles myself, dreamed of grandchildren's patter here. Now it was a cage, gilded with memories turned toxic. It started 3 years back, a knock that shattered the quiet evening I'd earned in retirement. Benjamin at the door, suitcase in hand, rain-slicked hair and eyes like saucers, vulnerable, broken. Mom, the divorce gutted me, lost the house, the savings, just till I get on my feet. His voice cracked, that boyish plea yanking at heartstrings I'd thought long dormant. How could I say no? Of course, love, this is home. Naivety, thy name is mother. The first weeks were a balm, shared meals, his jokes coaxing laughs from my dusty throat. Grocery runs where he'd push the cart, teasing about my healthy choices. I dared dream of mending our rift, the one widened by his teens of rebellion and my endless work hours. But shadows crept in, insidious as mold. Mom, this stew's too bland salt, for God's sake. I'd laugh it off, chalk it up to post-divorce blues. Then the jabs sharpened. Bathroom could use a deeper scrub, it's embarrassing. My cheeks burned, but I bit my tongue, attributing it to stress. The real theft began with finances. You're 60, Mom, money's a magnet for scams, let me handle it. Trusting fool that I was, I handed over keys to the kingdom. 6 months later, my $1,300 monthly check vanished into his ether, doled out in $25 weekly, allowances like I was a child. Investing it, Mom, for your future, lies sweet as pie. Then Isabella swept in, a whirlwind of silk and schemes, met at his firm where she charmed her way up from intern. Their wedding, a lavish affair, $120,000 spectacle, my savings, evaporated in champagne toasts. Post-vows, I morphed into staff. Elegant dinner tonight, Mom, Isabella's particular. Spotless guest bath, clients coming. Hand wash this blouse, dryer's too rough. Obedience became survival, fear my constant companion. The house, my pride, bore his name too now, for security, Mom, in case. Security for whom? Violence slithered in a year ago, subtle at first, a shove dismissed as accident, a pinch on my arm for slowness. You're maddening, Mom, move, then slaps for imperfect meals, punches to my side for dawdling dust. But last night, a chasm crossed. Vegetable soup, our Tuesday light fare, I'd chopped carrots with care, simmered stock from bones I'd roasted myself. He stormed in, suit rumpled, spoon to lips, face contorting. What fresh hell is this, watery slop? Spit flew, bowl hurled, scalding broth searing my cheek, shards slicing my lip. Useless, 40 years slaving in ubotch soup, arm wrenched, wall met my spine with a crack, stars exploding behind eyelids. Slaps rained, ear ringing, world tilting. Isabella's friends tomorrow, make it flawless or you're out. Then the pivot, soft apologies, napkin to my blood for your good, Mom, you'll learn. He slept, I scrubbed till fingers pruned, each shard a shard of self. Memories flooded as I wiped, Benjamin at 5, flour dusted from cookie dough, giggling as we shaped hearts. His father's abandonment had forged us, me working overtime, him my shining star. Private school, tailored jackets, tutors galore, spoiled, perhaps, but love blinds. Dawn brought his tread, heart hammering. Suited phone in hand, he sat expectant. Eggs, cheese, toast, silence my shield. Isabella arrived in saffron silk, heels echoing judgment. Morning, Mrs. Hargrove, lip okay. Her gaze lingered, a flicker of something, pity, probe. I flinched inwardly. Bumped the cabinet, coffee. Benjamin's eyes bored in. Lunch for Isabella's crew, seafood pasta, Caesar, tiramisu, decent white, here's $60. 3 crumpled 20s, a joke for opulence. Whisper, makeup on, hide it, 1 peep, regret. Nod, tremble, they departed. I sagged, despair crashing. 60 for feast of 5, shrimp frozen, wine bargain bin, miracles from scraps. Mirror mocked, purple swell, crimson line. Foundation glided, concealing war paint, each layer a lie. How many coverings? Tripped on rugs, door mishaps, fables to shield his shine. Supermarket aisles blurred through tears, cart rattling like bones, stretching dollars, heart heavy. Checkout line, Harriet, neighbor, widow, 60s like me, warm as hearth. Eleanor, haven't seen you gardening, her smile pierced. Fine, busy, lip caught her eye, hurt, panic surged. Cabinet, clumsy me. Frown, but grace, need anything, dear, afternoons free. Kindness stabbed, starved for it. Ethan's echo, crazy hag on charity. Thanks, Harriet. Home frenzy, scrub, set china from mother's legacy, blooms pilfered from yard. Harriet's words looped, help offered, suspected screams. Phone jolted, unknown, Mrs. Hargrove, Marcus Hale, Eastern Finance Group accountant, urgent account discrepancies. 3 p.m., pulse thundered, discrepancies, in person, tremble, Savannah's chimes, noon sharp, door open to visions, dresses diaphanous, bags bespoke. Mrs. Hargrove, Isabella trilled. Meet Victoria from HR, Clara from marketing, Lydia from legal. Lydia, my sister, unseen 2 years, sharp as ever. Shock mirrored, but poise held. Pleasure, she said cool, eyes dissecting makeup tremor. Dining room gleamed, linen crisp, crystal sparkle. Pasta steamed, salad crisp, tiramisu chilled. They prattled careers, weekends. I ferried wine, plates phantom. Lydia's stare burned, knew my tells from girlhood secrets. Delicious, Victoria praised. All yours, smile strained, love cooking for lovelies. Clara, lucky Ben, devoted kin rare. Isabella, like a maid but heartfelt. Dagger, Lydia, prior life, Mrs. Hargrove, homemaker always. Pride flickered, 43 years executive secretary, Harrington and Partners, retired 4 back. Lydia's spark, firm she'd interned, prestigious met giants, judges, attorneys, Mr. Harrington called me vital. Isabella shifted, now rests, Ben handles all finances, cares, responsible son. Lydia's gaze pierced, knew my independence. Dessert fetch, she trailed, help, fine. Eleanor, low, you, defenses quaked, hug urge, spill. Keys rattled, Benjamin early. Tired, that's all. He entered, charm dialed. Office beauties, mom spoil you. Charmingly, Victoria, hand on shoulder, squeeze worn. Best mom, sacrifices galore. Goodbyes, Lydia's grip, whisper, soon, door shut, mask dropped. Well done, no shame. Duty fulfilled, not praise. Dishes clattered as he napped. Phone, Marcus again. 3 p.m., chance. Yes. Purse, keys, slipped out, bus bound. Lydia's vow echoed, hope spark. Skyscraper loomed, glass monolith. 18th floor, receptionist to Marcus's den. 50s, bespectacled grave. Mrs. Hargrove, transfers from company to your account, then withdrawn. Stomach plummeted. Impossible, Ben manages. Documents damning. $55,000 diverted. Unwitting accomplice. Nausea. File misuse complaint, clear you. Ben, embezzlement, 5-12 years. Streets spun, shock numbing. Home, 6 p.m., Benjamin lounged, TV droning. Where, defiance bloomed, your office, know the thefts, fear flashed, then snarl. Confused mom, $55,000 my account. Approach, arm grab, I wrenched free. Let go, shock stalled him. Documents prove. Retract or street senile lies, threats hollow, strength surged. Not scared. Doorbell Harriet, Eleanor screams, Benjamin froze. Burnt dinner mom's fussy. Lydia beside casual, new neighbor visiting. Anything, anytime, door slam, nosy bats, bank tomorrow sign my way. No, rage peaked, wish unborn, night sleepless, midnight rustle Harriet's camera, guardian angel. Dawn gray, rain lashed, Benjamin 5 a.m. suited sinister. Special day mom, too harsh bank explain authorized. Trap, no, reality I enable your roof or doctors dementia tailies. Ice veins, witnesses Isabella lunch girls confused, doubt seated. 10 a.m. primp smile, silence my armor, dishes clink back knock, Harriet urgent. Heard all camera caught threats, DA friend Sophia now. Fear ward resolve, can't housebound. Sign accomplice forever, recordings arrest him. Clock 8:30, sure, now, purse docs car courage dawn. DA's corridor sterile, Sophia 40s keen. Crimes galore, abuse, fraud, tamper, complaint. 9:15 Benjamin due. Yes, forms blurred tears, police dispatched. Harriet held, sure, utterly. 10:30, arrested mid-rampage. Weight lifted, breath free. Home wreckage, cushions gutted, china shards, photos splintered. God, Harriet gasped. Sophia snapped, rage evidence. Phone, Benjamin's pleas, child weeps, heart-wrenched, manipulation known, yet ache raw. Complicated to Harriet, my boy, her night, guest room cozy, daughter's ghost. Sleep strange, peace alien. Morn, Sophia bail 2 p.m. Testify vital, court stark, Benjamin orange, fury veiled. Isabella haggard, shame-eyed, judge elder equitable. Words Mrs. Hargrove, breath deep poured, blows, thefts, humiliations, voice fractured, truth cathartic, recordings played, threats bare, bail denied, Benjamin erupted, injustice, senile witch, threats sealed fate. Hall, Isabella trembled, apologize, I knew, heard, saw, feared his ruin, why silent, coward comfort chained, tears stole from me too, divorce testify, allies bloomed hope. Afternoon, Sophia, company accord, no charges, $22,000 comp, house mine, forgery lie, future gleamed. Weeks blurred paranoia, shadows leaped, calls clawed, PTSD, Sophia named alert eternal. Then letters, victory sweet, secrets yours, Williams case 1987, hid memos, altered obstruction. Terror gripped, vague recall, Harrington's directive, pharma cover-up innocent then. Expose or drop charges. Sophia, blackmail probe, night's torment. What if jail? Harriet's tease soothed together. Second missive, photos damning, plus recordings, cash bonuses undeclared, evasion. $1,200 over decades, penalties crush, trap sprung. Third path, confess, preempt. Strip power, risk soul bare, but freedom beckoned, do it. Conference morn, clarity crystalline. Gray dress, minimal mask, Rami, Harriet, sure, prisoner no more. Noon, Victor Lang boss, apologies missed flags. 2 years theft, $140,000 total. Forged, sold secrets. Nauseous. Job offer your expertise rebuild. $4,500 month, $55,000 comp. Testify condition. Rebirth. 2 p.m. Flashes blinded, Mike's thrust. Eleanor Hargrove, 63, abused by son Benjamin 3 years. Story unspooled, fists fire, money's noose, threats chill. Past bared, mistakes, Williams alterations, unreported gifts, blackmail fuel. Firm, rather consequences than chains. To abused, speak freedom trumps shame. Silence thundered, DA spared charges, witness gold. Home, Harriet vigil, phone, Benjamin broken, destroyed. You did victim no more, silence, forgive, someday change first, off peace. Job dawn, life mine, scars linger but light wins, for silenced sisters chains break, mine did.